Are you joining us?
Yes, I never know how far to pull the cord out.
You don't? Tell me about this.
Do you have a tip for that later on?
I will have a tip if you tell me who's in this picture.
Well, you know, we're heading to Memphis this week, so I had to pull out this classic rock and roll shot. My band, circa 1968. Can you identify where I am?
Oh, that's easy. You got to try.
Okay, we're heading to Memphis, and Bose records at Sun Studios.
Wow, the real deal.
Yeah.
Sun Studios. He's our new Elvis.
All right, here we go, Memphis. This city is all about the music, and of course the ribs. Memphis is the home of the blues and the birthplace of rock and roll. If you are a student of American music, you have to pay a visit to Memphis sometime in your life. And if you're an RVer with music roots, this should definitely be on the travel plans. You might wonder at first glance why Memphis has a pyramid on the skyline. Well, the city was named for the ancient Egyptian capital on the Nile. The rest of the city's culture draws heavily on that great homegrown music. When it comes to nightlife in Memphis, here's a great place to start on Beale Street, where you can hear a little bit of everything. And of course, it's the home of the blues. How do you like Beale Street?
Oh, we love it.
We get here about every 6 months, get to swing by and go out, hit the clubs. It's fantastic.
It's a great place, and like in our establishment alone, you can bring your family in if you want to, come back a little later and see a band. I mean, we've got everything you need. This is real Memphis barbecue, when you can take your meat and just pull it across.
Oh, look at that. Look at that break right there.
I mean, that's all you can ask for right there.
Oh,
if you can pull it straight off the bone, then you've got a good product. And that's Memphis ribs at its finest.
After all the great nightlife and the food, it's just a short drive from Beale Street to a great campgrounds on the outskirts of the city that you can call home during your Memphis adventures. RVers are always looking for convenience when it comes to selecting a campgrounds, and it can't get more convenient than this at the Graceland RV Park. It's easy to find. It's located at the end of Lonely Street behind Heartbreak Hotel, and it's just a 2-minute walk to Graceland. And we are looking at a pretty full campgrounds. You were saying this is popular not only in the country, but around the world.
You're right. We have a lot of people here from Australia. The Brits come over here and all over from, they rent motorhomes and just come into the campground.
Because of the great location and amenities, Graceland RV's 72 full hookup sites are filled most of the season with some rather large rigs. What are we up to here?
We are doing the once a year cleaning out the basement of the RV from all the road grime. And I'll show you the technique.
Here it is. Here's the technique.
First of all, you have to have a stomach protector.
A stomach protector, that goes in first.
And then you just kind of, it's really a lot of fun. Everyone ought to have a chance to do this.
Yeah, where are you going?
I'm going in the basement.
Oh, there he goes. We got a good view of you, by the way.
Yeah, and that's my best part. And
I've never interviewed a man like this before.
Well, I just thought you'd like to see the real fun of the RV experience. And
you should patent that technique you got there.
Well, I think it has some possibilities. It's very much like boating. Part of the fun of having an RV is learning how to fix it up.
Yes.
You're welcome to step inside.
Terrific, can we?
Yeah.
All right, let's go inside. Check out the 2005 Newell. Is this how you dine every day, just like this?
Well, of course, isn't everybody?
RVers at home are going, wait a minute, this can't be true. You just walked in on them and this is the way it is every day? Unreal.
Well, when you just unwind, you want everything to be nice, just like home.
Now, wait a minute. She drives the coach, and you just hang out. This is a pretty good deal.
It's a great deal. I got to watch football games on Saturday and Sunday when we're traveling.
Now, you do that while she's driving?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Going to Graceland. Come on in. The former home of Elvis Presley is the second most visited residence in the U.S. after the White House. Go ahead. You heard that right. There's the president, and then there's Elvis. The tour will take you through the front room, the famous Jungle Room, and then into the racquetball court that has been converted to house all those gold and platinum records.
There's a little bit of something for everybody here at Graceland. We're not just a home tour, we're not just rock and roll, we're also automobiles. We've got an automobile museum here, and it's just one of those things you have to do in your lifetime at least once.
The next must-stop on your rock and roll tour of Memphis is the legendary Sun Studios. This is very important in terms of music in the U.S. and in fact throughout the world, isn't it?
It sure is. It's a place where rock and roll was created.
Yeah, and where was it created specifically here?
Well, on July 5th, 1954, Sam would have put Elvis right there on that X. Would have given him this microphone, possibly.
Yeah.
Elvis used this when he recorded in here in the 50s, and we got our hands on it. So I'm going to put it right here.
So Elvis would have been standing right here.
Right there, very nervous. You know, the first time that Scotty Moore, Bill Black, and Elvis were all in the room together.
The Sam that Mike referred to was Sam Phillips, owner of Sun Studios, who went on to discover a long roster of rock and roll talent, including Jerry Lee Lewis and Johnny Cash. A real treat for visitors at the studios is the opportunity to record right here, where rock and roll was invented.
Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill.
You can't get enough of the music in Memphis, and you can't get enough of the ribs either. If you stay at Graceland RV, you can get a personal pink limo escort to and from one of the best rib joints in town. Arriving in style, ready for barbecue. Come on in, let's go. Oh my God.
And then we bring to your plate just like that.
And I wish they could smell that at home.
Oh, I tell you.
You got the smoke, you got the flavor, you got it all working here.
You don't know what you're missing. Y'all gonna have to come in and see us now.
About 35 miles south of Memphis is another great RVing destination here in Tunica, right alongside the Mississippi River, at the Hollywood Casino RV Park with 123 beautiful sites. Of course, you got your gambling in the casino, and just out back, a beautiful 18-hole golf course.
We stay roughly 60 to 70% year-round occupied, some months heavier than others. Of course, like the early spring months, April and May, very busy. And of course, this time of the year, October, with a beautiful early fall or late summer weather.
Just a half hour south of Tunica is Clarksdale, Mississippi, and the intersection of routes 61 and 49, otherwise known as the Crossroads. This is the spot where blues musician Robert Johnson, according to legend, sold his soul to the devil and created the music known as the blues. You can tour the Delta Blues Museum and get a good feel for many of the blues musicians who came from this area, like Johnson, B.B. King, and Muddy Waters. They worked their way up to Memphis, and their music eventually gave birth to rock and roll. So, without Robert Johnson, there might never have been an Elvis, or for that matter, a group known as the Beatles. Just a little something you learn on a musical RV adventure to Memphis, Tennessee. Up next, Bill Gare shows us how easy it is to fix a leak in the RV.